Hey everybody, Golf 21. We got a project today on Bruce, the 2000 F-350 with the 7.3. So I was messing around with the parking brake yesterday and went to drive the truck to work. I noticed it was really doggy. No performance, took a lot of throttle, not much acceleration. So decided to dive into the truck today and see what was going on. This does have a tuner chip. I think it's a TNS or DNS 5 or 6 position. It's stock, high idle, 50 horsepower, 70 horsepower, 75 horsepower, and then like 140, 150 horsepower setting. So we pulled the PCM today and this is what we found. The connector for the tuner was dislodged. So a couple videos out on the internet about this procedure, pulling the PCM. Strongly recommend you watch 2 or 3 or 4 videos because not everybody has the same tips. But found one video by Thoroughbred Diesel. Their first recommendation is unhook both batteries, both of them at the same time. Now, one of the other videos said to reach down in here to get to the PCM. I found that extremely difficult, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't see, I don't know. Hopefully everyone can get this. But there are wiring harnesses and wires all over the place on this thing. Excuse me. So what I ended up doing, the easy way, let me get a light here. The easy way to get to that PCM is to pull the inner fender. And let me get my light situated here so you guys can see. The guys and girls can see. This is your PCM right here. Now, in my ignorance, first time doing this job, I started pulling these other Canon plugs. This guy here, following directions on the video, trying to get it from the top down. Don't do that. Pull the inner fender. It's not bad. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. You'll need a 7/32 for up here on the actual wheel well. And then there's some 8mm bolts. You'll need an 8mm socket. Extension bar helps. I just use a 1/4" drive. You got a bolt here. You got one up top here. And you got 2 right here. Very easy to get to. There's the whole fender piece in and of itself. So there's a little insulation here, or sound deadening. I found that loose yesterday when I was messing around. I actually had the fender well out and ended up putting some epoxy on it, just a couple little drops or dabs to keep that sound deadening insulation in place. Probably a little bit of a water guard too. It is difficult to get it up and back in without the insulation moving around. But that's the way to do it, guys and girls, is to pull the inner fender well. You know, while you're in here, look around, clean up a little bit. We are going to be looking at an exhaust manifold on this truck in the next couple months. Hopefully I'll have a video on that. But while I'm in here, I'm going to hit those manifold bolts with some PB Blaster. And one of these days I've got to make up that acetone ATF fluid mix. Interesting article. I'm on one of the antique engine groups, the hit and miss engine groups, and somebody did a test where like a rusted bolt takes over 500 foot-pounds of torque to break loose. PB Blaster somewhere in the 150 to 200 foot-pound range, but if you do that acetone ATF mix, it's like 50 foot-pounds of torque to break the nut loose. So gonna make some of that up over the next couple weeks and get that exhaust manifold replaced. There's soot all over the bottom of this truck and I'm pretty sure it's leaking on the driver's side. I'll probably do the passenger side as well while I'm in there, but I hope this helps somebody. Don't try and reach down from the top of the engine to get to that PCM. harness, pull the inner fender. That's the way to go. And if you ever do pull that harness, which you have to pull to get the computer out, it's a 10 mil bolt. So you'll need a 7/32, an 8 mil, and then for the PCM itself, you'll need a 10 millimeter bolt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this harness back together and plug everything in, and then see if the truck will start with the different settings. Hey everybody, so the job is done. Pulled the PCM, reconnected the stage or different levels of tune on the chip itself, got everything back together. It is a job, so everything looks great. I just test ran the truck. I'm gonna start it up again. We got our high idle back. Let's see if I can get the RPM gauge. No check engine light. Wait to start. There it goes. So that's on stock. Oops, sorry. That's on stock. High idle. First stage, which is like 50 horsepower. Second, third stage on up. So it looks like we're back in business. I'm gonna set that where I like it. This thing had duct tape, and when I say this thing, the PCM. So, here, let me take this camera off. Better view of it here, off the stand. So, where all that duct tape is, that was actually, or I'm sorry, electrical tape, that was actually duct tape the previous owner had. So I wrapped everything up in electrical tape. Solid job, it'll hold. It's better than what it was. But like I said, on this job, make sure you disconnect the batteries, both batteries, and be sure and ground yourself. And the best way I found to do it is to take out the inner fender. It makes it so much easier than trying to reach from the top of the engine. So, yeah, that job's done. Next one, we're gonna work on the parking brake on this thing. Rebuild kit. So that'll be a first for me with a heavy duty truck. But hopefully we can get that done soon. I've been waiting for the end of the month for budget money to work on this thing. So that one with all the wires right here, that's your PCM. And again, that is the way to do it, is to take this fender out. So disconnect your batteries, don't mess around, leaving the key out, none of that. Ground yourself before you touch the PCM module. If you have one of those strap doohickeys, that's the best way to do it. I don't have one, but that works. So inner fender back together, we're spraying down our exhaust manifolds, and that is work calling. So job done, I'm happy. Golf 41's out, we'll catch you guys next time, bye.